Hello everybody and welcome back to the Curse of the Dead Gods. Now, if you watched the start on the last one, we did the introduction to the Eagle. Now we're moving on to the intro into the Serpent. And you'll notice as we've completed some more of these temples that we are unlocking some of the second stage. So these are going to give us access to further levels into the respective temples. And we can fight the second champion for each of the different gods. So the second Jaguar champion, second Eagle champion, and then eventually we're going to get the second Serpent champion. But we'll start with the Serpent introduction. We're still using the same blessings we used in the last one. The Blessing of Xucat, so we get gold and perception at the start. And also the agility one, so we have agility at the beginning, and perfect dodges give us haste. So let's see here. There's a lot of gold to start with. I think I'm going to go unknown gold relic attributes and weapon things from there. We'll just kind of play it by ear as we go.
Also, the dog with those type Pokemon.
Really? Right, and you can notice that immediately this temple is a bit different from the other two. So the other ones were very temple looking, right? This one is like a cave. It's a dark necropolis. It is underground, poison dart traps, foggy stalactites, or stalagmites. Messed it up. And then we've got our new types of enemies. So they're serpent based. Yeah, serpent themed. Surprise! It's the serpent gods. So what would you know? Dropped sword. I do kind of like that sword, but we're gonna go ahead and get some health back since I already took a hit. Silly. Light that up. I didn't actually have to dodge there. For a lot of those traps, you can actually just kind of keep walking and you'll be okay. Dodge out of that. Flip strike, bam. Now these guys here, those big punchback things, they'll turtle up like that and summon these maggot things that explode into poison when you defeat them. But it does do friendly fire, so you can actually chain them into their allies and do a lot of damage like that. Now the bad thing is, those things are summoned, so you notice that the health bar is a little different. It's like purple colored. So they don't actually count towards your greed counter. If you have effects that heal you when you defeat certain guys or this and that, they don't count. They will keep your greed counter going as far as like refreshing the timer, hitting them and killing them, but they don't actually stack how much you get back. Because otherwise you could just like let the enemy keep summoning them over and over again. So, meh. We don't have throwing weapons. We don't have max stamina +1 is kind of nice. We're going to re-roll this. We have one re-roll. I haven't used it yet. Lightning attacks. Don't care. Poison attacks. Don't have any. Damage against weakened foes. And we get perception. We'll do that. Some more early perception will get us more gold over the course of the run. That's kind of nice. Bad thing is we're going to get a curse right off the bat, but we'll be okay. Alright, so destroying an enemy has a chance of triggering an earthquake. So this one's can be, it adds a little bit of, a different gameplay aspect. So when you defeat the enemies, you gotta kind of keep an eye out for that earthquake, because it can do some good damage to you. But, as I've said, each of the curses has kind of a silver lining to it. The enemies can also take damage from those things, like that. And you can get some pretty nasty chain effects where if they get killed by that and then they trigger another one, it can keep feeding into itself. Now that relic we picked up gives us healing as we go through doors. That's pretty nice. It's a good one to help keep you going through a temple and keep you topped off if you're taking damage. Now if you kind of notice at the bottom right and what was right up there in front of us, there were some poison clouds on the ground. You can light those on fire and then they'll explode. If you also push an enemy into it and they are on fire, it'll spark it and then explode and deal damage. Gain damage taken in gold? Sure. Wait a second. Boom. And keep going. Keep it up. Hop across across here. Let's gold off to the right. These plant things that are going, you'll see they're kind of like watching. They will try and attack you. You can dodge them. They will also trigger off of enemies. So if an enemy gets too close to them, they will also try and like smash into them. Got that perfect dodge. Kind of nice. Gives us a little bit more haste. Exploring the temple a little bit faster. That serpent thing in the middle is also a trap. It spews poison like that. You can also trigger off of enemies. So you can play off of that. Dodge out of that. Alright. Keep moving. And we reach the end. What do we get? Damage to lightning attacks. I probably should have kept it. I think it is worth it to hold on to relics early on because you don't know exactly what you're going to get, and any kind of bonus is a bonus. Now you can make that same, argument about whatever the offering is. So take it as you will. Pick what you want. Whatever works best for you. See? Fine went off. Hit that dude. Oop. And then we almost walked right into a little earthquake thing. Now, the mace, I don't think it does any kind of critical damage off of its attacks normally. However, what it does do, its charged attacks, like that, it's bit in circle, does double damage, so it's kind of like a critical hit, but not. We're going to offer this to get Constitution. Stats are always really nice. Alright, another one. We're going to take this to a gold offering, gives us a little bit more in each of our stats. The whip. The whip is going to do critical damage on its combo finisher. It also has a nice offhand combo where it does a big sweep around you. I really like it. It's pretty good for hitting everybody and sort of creating space. And depending on the weapon or the whip type that you have, if you have like a poison one or the lightning one, you can get a status effect on a lot of guys really quickly. So I personally like to do a charge attack in, offhand whip like that. But of course that serpent decided to do a little dodge. Hey, look. Alright, yeah, we should keep that. We don't need the healing, so a chance to do more for fire attacks is kind of nice. Poison trap in the center. One of these walls break. It almost feels like one of them should. Got that. Light it on fire. Now these things can, pretty sure they can heal allies. They also do this thing where they stand still, and then when you hit them, they counterattack and teleport behind you. You can play off of that and actually punish them with it, but you got to do it right. Oh gosh, that's almost it. Charge attack to pull that guy in. Bam. There we go. Dodgers quick things. Light it up. Is there a wall there? I don't know. Keep going. Light this up. Get rid of the serpent first. So those hunchback dudes, while they're kind of annoying, I don't find them particularly threatening. Now we're going to wait and trigger one of their attacks to open this wall. Like that. That should do it. It doesn't do it. I really thought it did. Alright, we'll wait for them to summon a dude, and then those little maggot things should, when they explode, I think they're going to break it. So we'll wait for him to attack, and then we'll get on the other side. Wait for him to attack, and then we'll get on the other side. There it goes. Nice. There we go. Well, he summoned the thing. We'll get rid of that. Now let's go to the extra side room, get a little bit of goods. Very nice. So what's in here? Damage against weakened foes. So maybe we can pull that off. And our whip does no ability. So some of the weapons as you unlock them have innate abilities to them, like a fire sword will increase both, or well, we'll just do perception. But there's a whip that its charged attack will inflict weakness on enemies, so it makes it pretty easy to play builds around doing weakness. We have quite a bit of perception, so we should be getting a lot of gold as we keep going. So we're going to light this up, get the room illuminated, get all these in an AoE, hit him again, trigger, hit that dude, burns out, we're good. Earthquake got rid of him. Charge attack interrupts his little explosion. Combo to hit everybody. Move out of that. Got more dudes. We'll get rid of this dude in the center first because he's the most dangerous. Charge attack, dodge that. Charge attack again. Hit him. Circle around a little bit. Charged. Offing combo. Charge attack to interrupt. Break through his shell. Parry. Spin. Hit the dude. And there we go. 11 greed counters, pretty good. And one more crystal skull. Keep going. Alrighty. There's a cursed weapon. So parrying reflects projectiles. So normally when you parry a projectile, you just parry it and that's it. It also gives us 2% of our max health when we kill the enemies, which is pretty nice. But each attack consumes gold. So you see it has some interesting and powerful effects, but you know, is it really worth it? I don't know. There are cursed relics and things too that can then increase the effect of your cursed weapons, or your cursed weapons do more depending on your cursed relics. Like, they feed into each other. So it's pretty interesting. I'm not really feeling any of these, and I don't have a divine favor. I kind of want to take it though. There are not really projectiles in this temple. We are getting a lot of gold. Charge attacks weaken enemies. It also heals other. We'll get the hammer. We're going to do the hammer for now. I like using cursed weapons, but for now, we're just going to go with this one. Alright, and then we'll go to upgrade, and maybe we'll upgrade that hammer. I've already forgotten what that curse was that we got. The Earthquake, right. Alright, so we lit that up. Knock him back. He's going to trigger into that dude. Get him taken away. Dodge those. Hammer. The hammer's pretty strong. Every attack is going to stagger the enemy, so it interrupts them and keeps them from actually performing any actions. But the thing is, you're locked into your animations, and it takes a while to recover. So if you're not careful in when you decide to start swinging, you can get hit and punished for it. There we go. Trigger and hit him. Back. Parry. There we go. Very nice. Not touch that. Open this. Let's upgrade this. It's not really getting a new effect, which is kind of a bummer, but I'd rather just upgrade this thing because it's just better than the other two weapons. And if we're possibly going to replace those two, I would rather not upgrade them. Okay, so Dark Mysteries. So that one makes our curses unknown to us as long as we have that curse. We only have one other curse at the moment, so it's not really a big deal. It can be pretty annoying if you pick up more curses afterwards and then you're not sure what you've got. So if you get an opportunity to remove curses and you're not sure what they are, then you can be stuck with things that you don't want. Very good. But luckily, these initial temple runs are so short that I dodged into it. That was really unfortunate. Extra damage to lightning attacks. We're full up on our relics, so since I'm not doing lightning attacks, I'll go ahead and just toss it. I also just didn't feel like trying to weasel or like go through all my relics to figure out what's good and what's not. I don't have fire attacks. We'll do this one just because I can actually get it with gold. Yes, my dear. Let's do a question mark one. I could do the attributes. I don't have the gold to really get one, but oops. You can break these stalagmites. We'll circle this way a little bit. Dodging traps. Alright, here we go. We're going to charge attack in, weaken him, and then hit him again. Charge attack in. Oh, maybe not. He interrupted his attack. Go. So if you can time those things right, you don't even have to worry about trying to dodge or parry attacks as long as you're interrupting them. The issue really comes into play when there's multiple enemies, and then you've got multiple attacks coming in at once. It can make things a bit difficult. Charge attack to weaken him. Hit him again. Broke the torch. That's okay. Wait for the earthquake. Charge attack again. Swing. Open the chest. What do we get? It's a new hammer. It's like ours, but worse. Oh, charge attack in. Oop, okay, maybe not. So that's the move that thing did, where if we had hit it, it would have like teleported behind us. Trap got that guy for us. I've been really tempted to take one of the blessings that, oh man, what? Alright, we'll do a health increase. We're not going to need it, but it's nice to have a little bit of an extra buffer. And we'll fight the champion. But I've always considered taking the blessing that increases how much damage traps do to our enemies, because it's really satisfying to use traps on enemies. So here we go. This is a pretty fun fight, actually. It's different. I'm going to get ready to dodge these things. Dodge. Charge attacking in again. And hit. Ooh, get away. Whoa, we got hit. So she can build up a lot of corruption because all of her attacks build corruption. So if you get caught, you can suddenly find yourself with like curses as you move on. Now this is the last fight for us, so we won't have that issue. But in the later runs, where you defeat them and then keep going, you'll find that it can be pretty obnoxious. You can also parry the projectiles, but I'm not particularly good at it for some reason. I think if I took that curse shield, that might have been worth it, because we would send the projectiles back. Now those skulls on the ground, as you may have noticed, will explode if you get close to them. They're like little mines. But you can also blow them up, like that, once they start getting ready to explode. Dodge out of that. Alright, she's going to teleport again. We're going to charge attack in. That was a mistake. Charge attack in, and then try and finish her real quick. There we go. Cool. And collect more jade rings and crystal skulls. Took us what, 10 minutes maybe? 11 minutes. Pretty consistent on these first temples. Very good. Alright. Well, cool. There we go. So now we should have access to our third blessing because we've gotten enough of those blood emblems. I think it'll say as much when we get here. Blood emblem acquired, 1 new exploration, 6 new blessings. So yeah, we can see that we have our third blessing slot unlocked. So maybe we'll put on something. You know what? We'll do this one. Traps do more damage to enemies. So there we go. We've gone through all the introductory temples to the different gods, and now we have access to the second level of them. Oh, on the next one, we'll go back to the Jaguar and we'll go through the 2 champions. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and take care.